What's up, YouTube? Mr. Lemus here. Today we're going to be doing the Warlock Echoing Strike guided playthrough. This is going to just be a let's play where we play through, and I'm going to kind of explain my reasoning of how I level this character up. We do this with a lot of different characters, and the main important piece is really just giving you an understanding for how to play with the character through the game, because there's always a build guide for the end game that says when you have Enigma and all this sweet stuff, but does everybody give you this piece? No. So you can play along with me, you can do it with me, or you can watch, you can slow it down, you can speed it up, whatever you need to match your pace. So again, we'll be focusing on Echoing Strike. We can talk about Echoing Strike really fast. I'll also leave my Echoing Strike build guide over here that I have written. I need to, let's fix this.
Good day.
Sure. Sorry, we just had that shifted for the other video.
Moo.
Perfect. So all the Icy Veins guides I've written up, and on skills, is that where I put it? Gear. Here we go. This is the one thing I really want to talk about. Right here. Echoing Strike is very unique. Okay. Echoing Strike uses FCR, not attack speed. So having a big, slow weapon does not matter. Having faster cast rate matters for how fast you're able to hit it off. Additionally, weapons for Echoing Strike do not use durability, so ethereal items are really good. So that big, slow, ethereal maul, great for Echoing Strike. Echoing Strike does not work with on strike, on attack, crushing blow, open wounds, knockback, the added damage from grief, monster flee / blind. Basically anything that's like an event that would be triggered on the item does not work. The stuff it does work with are deadly strike, critical strike, prevent monster heal, and life and mana leech. So, and also on kill it will work. Not on strike, but on kill would work. So this is just some good things to note about it. And then again, remember it uses FCR, so we want to be focusing on getting our cast rate up. For this, we can talk a little bit about the character. He starts with pretty good vitality. He gets 3 life per vitality point as well, which is really nice. So we do want to be, of course, pumping there. Shouldn't need much energy really on this build. We can take a look. If it feels like we need some, we can always put some energy in early to respec out of later. Dexterity could be mildly useful, just for, well, actually no, Echoing Strike always hits, so we don't need dexterity. Just kidding. So even though it will say miss, it still does hit. So you actually don't need that. That's maybe bugged, and maybe in the future you will want some dexterity though. So just something to note, because you can see it does add attack rating on it. It's plus 10%. I know my camera's hiding it. So it's supposed to have an attack rating hit, but it's kind of bugged right now. But in the future, it probably will use attack rating is my guess. And strength 1, enough for gear. But remember that levitation mastery has a weapon requirements minus. So as we get some points in this, which on the playthrough won't have a lot of points in it, it will lower the requirements of whatever weapon we want to use. So our main focus for this is just going to be Echoing Strike and kind of maxing that out. I'm also going to go to Players 8. Remember, you can always type in single player /players 1 through 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Whatever it is that you want to change the player count. What that does is it simulates more people being in your game. And so this is really nice for when you are like wanting to just level up a little faster. find some more items, all of that stuff. Yes, the monsters will be harder and more difficult to kill, but they'll give more experience. So ultimately, it's really nice and just a better way to level up. If you aren't playing online, or you just want to, or you're playing online, you're playing, you know, just players one, whatever, that's fine. Just know it'll take a little bit longer. You'll just need to level up a little bit more. So that's just something to take note of. Otherwise, we're just kind of killing stuff, leveling up right now. Nothing too crazy.
Not enough money.
And I'm just using the base miasma that we got from our dagger, as it's really good in the first couple of levels. We have the Den of Evil. We'll leave a piece right there and continue forward. Did Blizzard release the Warlock OP for more sales? No, I don't think so. I mean, I think definitely when you're releasing a new character, again, I've talked about this before, think about if they released the Barbarian today, and they were like, welcome to the Barbarian! How much of a dud that would be for most people. They'd be like, wow, this character sucks. I can't, get anywhere. So I think it's harder to release, you know, an expansion character that's bad compared to good. Oops. But I also think they had us do some testing on it, and so a lot of the skills that weren't feeling very good, we got them to improve and make them feel better. We're like, hey, this skill doesn't feel good. And then maybe some things got, you know, everything became good when that happened. That's my guess. Sure, let's go for Summon Goatman. That's fun. We'll sell the Miasma Bolt. Remember daggers? Oh my god. 3 to summon Goatman. It costs 14,000. I don't have that. If you're playing like shared accounts, you could totally share your gold over and buy that though, and just get a big old Goatman to start out. But we'll use our measly +1 to Goatman. That's okay. And scepters are also really nice, so we may want to go strength for an early. You know what? Let's go strength early on. Let's put a scepter on and let's play melee. I wasn't, you know, but we'll do it. We'll just play the melee. Okay, so we'll put 1 point into Hexbane, 1 point into Levitation Mastery. And I think we'll just leave it there for now. I don't think we're going to touch the Demon Tree to start out. The Goatman is decent early on, to be fair. And Sigil Lethargy is okay, so we may consider that around that time. But otherwise, yeah, Echoing Strike is a build that generally isn't going to, kick off immediately. So we'll actually have some extra points. We'll go ahead and just put them into Levitation Mastery for now. And then we'll go Vitality. We'll put our Hex on.
Another den of
And we'll see how our damage feels down here.
Let's root them all out.
Yeah, not bad. Not shabby. Dagger class is such a moneymaker now. It really is. A lot of good money from the daggers. How about that Avstars game last night? Dude, what a game. What's crazy is, though, I didn't get to see the finish of it. So I don't even know how it ended. Did we win? Did we lose? I don't know. I only got to watch the first couple periods. But it was a banger of a game at that point, too. We won, you lost. Dang it! Avs won in the shootout. Oh. Alright, at least we got the shootout. Take our point. Avs tied it with 10 seconds left in the third. Oh. I need to go watch the end of the game now. So many guys to kill. We'll continue with Vitality, and honestly, again, I'm happy to just put more points into Levitation Mastery here. We're gonna kind of play up this style. You can also go more points for Hex Bane and just really get like a high magic damage. And honestly, that would probably also be fine. And we could even do a mix and match, because a few points that we're going to put into Levitation Mastery is like helping that crit strike chance up, which is nice. So we can run a big old weapon later on when we get Echoing Strike. But it's also nice to... we did a Goatman only run to hell. Also nice to just get the Hex Bane. That magic damage is pretty sweet, actually. Sure. Get some cash. Well, he's levitating it with his mind, so nice. Bonk. Yeah, remember I have all the baby showers, so MVS is next weekend. I checked with Moo Girl, we have nothing next weekend, so we're good to go. Perfect.
Departs with me.
Okay. 1 to max damage, sure. Sigils, levitation. Just use those for some cash. Not enough damage. Cold res, I'll keep it, why not? And I'm actually going to keep the Strangling Gas potions, just because it's nice to have a little AoE there if we want. I could also run 1 point in Cleave right now if I wanted. We will need to eventually get down to Mirrored Blades. And so we can Cleave until we get to Echoing and then go from there. I'm good for it. And we'll go more Vitality. Now, Cleave is based on IAS, so you want to be careful there. Want to be careful there. Cleave's actually like... I kind of love Cleave. I'm going to do a little love Cleave talk. A lot of people are like, Cleave animation, so slow, I hate it. And it is very slow. But you're getting an AoE Cleave now, right? It's like these are the sorts of trade-offs that I think actually do need to exist. Yeah, you want to have a skill now that just cleaves in this big AoE. It's going to be a little slower or something. I think it's actually a really nice balance. And when I play at endgame, all right, well, now it's not as good feeling with like a big Breath of the Dying war pike or something. Nice money, super chest. You know. So like, I'm running it with the phase blade, and then it feels a lot better, and you know, it's very. Oh god. Whew. Make sure we have our hex on. I could totally see running more Hex Bane right now being better than all the Levitation Mastery, but more Vitality. Okay, we want to kill the Spectral hit here because he can hit us with cold damage, and that's really what's like making this super brutal. Come here. Now, why am I focusing on like an archer pack like this and stuff, right? Well, one of the really important things when you are playing through the game is boss packs. Packs that say demon dash minion like that are worth 500% experience, which that's a lot of experience. So it becomes decently valuable to go and kill those guys instead, because every one of them, first off, they're higher level, so they're already worth a little bit more experience, but then additionally they give 500% experience on top of that, and so it just allows you to level up a lot faster. So Rakanishu is another group that, right, is just worth way more experience than killing a basic mon. So much so, and especially on a melee class,
Good day.
where I'm actually going to farm it a little bit.
Good day.
So we can spend a little time, replenish life, some attack rating, sure, why not? And I can go and just farm it up because I got this waypoint. So, you know, one of the issues that, you know, Echoing Strike slightly has, I say issues, some people are like, what do you mean issue? Is that it doesn't really have too much trade-off. It's just got, like, all good, you know? And certain skills have that, and those are the skills that generally become a little too OP. So it's, you know, generally pretty good, in my opinion, to have downsides. And this is something that, you know, I love to always reference StarCraft Brood War as one of the best. I guess the trade-off with Echoing Strike is you don't get Crushing Blow and stuff, right? But that's a small trade-off considering your damage is massive. But one of the things that, you know, I like to reference is StarCraft Brood War. A lot of things in StarCraft Brood War are OP, but then they have big downsides to them as well, and that is their big balancing factors. For instance, if you know the game, you'll know what I'm saying. If you don't, you'll be like, whatever. You know, let's take 1 to max damage, sure. Let's take a Defiler. Defilers are godly units. They have the ability to cast Dark Swarm, which becomes this like amazing just like cloud that nothing can take damage under. So it's just fantastic for your lurkers and all this stuff. Or any range damage, I should say. But Defilers
Moo.
are low HP. They literally have no attack themselves. They're not that fast. And they require Hive Tech. So they're like, you have to invest heavily to get to them. Thanks, Bugasu. So, like, they have a lot of downsides, but they're amazing spellcasters. Right? You could say something, you know, with, like, Vultures. Vultures are cheap and super, super solid and super OP. They're very fast. They don't really have that much damage against, like, buildings or anything like that, though. And they kind of are just, like, fodder stuff later on in the game. And their whole point is to just run around and, like, pick off. Oh, God. Holy freeze. You know, some, like, workers and things. But in a straight-up fight, they kind of suck. They're mostly just, like, a unit that goes around and tries to just get stuff done on the outside. Just be fast and sneak in and pick off workers. Right? Reavers. Reavers are godly, but they're slow as molasses. You literally can't just, like, move them around. They have to be shuttled around. So you have to have extra micro for handling them. By the way, I'm just going to level up to, like, 12 here. You don't have to. You could go forward if you want, but I just want to get into Echoing Strike. So I'm just going to do that. And you can level up to, like, level 14 on Rakanishu. If you're running Player's 8, by the way. So, yeah. Reavers are insane. They have these AoE slugs they shoot out that just blow up and murder everything. But the slugs only hit, like, half the time. They dud out the other half the time. And they're so slow, and they take a little bit of investment to get up to. So, you know, it's like so many things in StarCraft Brood War are OP in one way, and then completely worthless in other ways. And I think it's such a great job of balance, and that's how you have to really balance skills and all of that, right? All that to be said. I think it's a great example of balancing appropriately where certain things are godly and then they're also terrible in other ways. And so you know, good in one spot, bad in another. Okay, we have Echoing Strike. Hex Bane would lead into Hex Purge, which would actually be interesting, but we'll put a point into Hex Purge, and then... Man, that's kind of tough. More points into Hex Bane would have been nice for Hex Purge, but we played Hex Purge with Cleave, so I don't want to play like Hex Purge as much with this. Let's continue down this path. I want to, like, do a different build, you know? Okay, so now we're in on Echoing Strike. I'm actually going to go up a little bit in strength because, again, at this point, having a big damage weapon is worth more. I don't need the attack speed of this or anything. I just want as big of a damage weapon as I can possibly have. So we'll want to have some strength. We can go get maybe it'd be great if we found like a rare Bardiche or a large axe or, you know, something like that. Get these guys in, get these guys out. So that'll be our next thing, and we'll possibly just go to Charsey for it as well. The goal of this run is to beat the game. Yeah, trade-offs are also what make, like, rolls a thing. Right? This class is a tank, but doesn't deal a lot of damage. This class is a healer, but can't really attack. This class, you know. And the more that you can have these defined roles, a lot of times the better things are. And the less you have these rolls, and the more that everything does everything, every skill, you know, can do anything, the less you need any variety to it. Does your wife not get offended when she's referred to as Moo Girl? I'm just going to let you know, you should not call your wife Moo Girl. That's a great way to sleep on the couch. The only reason I call Moo Girl is because that was her nickname growing up. Was Moo. You know, we all have nicknames. I was Peanut, you know, whatever, right? Parents give you little nicknames. So Moo was hers. It's a cute nickname. So she is Moo Girl from that. Not anything else. Ooh, nice. Great money on this. 2 to cleave as well, but again, no damage, so that's fine. I'm also going to load up on mana potions. As you can see, this is a bit more mana intensive here. So we will need a little bit of that. And, oh yeah, I have these, so I'm going to put this. I like to play these as if they're solo self-found for someone who hasn't played through before. So I'm going to keep everything in my personal tab and not use stuff across. Because not everybody's like, oh yeah, I've just got Jobber over in my shared stash, so I can just grab from there. Again, we'll kill the bosses. And we will look for, we'll go more Echoing Strike, by the way. We will look for the tower. Get there eventually. Blitz Source is still really solid. It clears big zones pretty well. Do I prefer single player over online? I love single player. I have been enjoying online. It's been nice playing with everybody and stuff. But yeah, I love single player. Maybe waypoints close by. Also, I don't only just kill bosses. I also, if I have like a nice grouping of mobs, you know, that's still decent for experience. And one of the things about this skill is it does have the AoE of it hits everything in and out, right? Do I enjoy single player because I can edit the game? Yeah, so I can hack everything in. No, it's just because it's an SSF mode. And it's not dependent on servers or anything as well, which is really nice. So I don't have to worry about like any server issues, any online lag. I just get to play the game. I just really like playing the game nice and easy. No bots, no anything. Okay, more Echoing Strike. And again, I do still need some more. I'm actually going to save some stats here. And, you know, we can see what sort of weapon we actually come across, if we come across one. We've still yet to drop one, so it may just be a go farm one from Charcy. On demon build is 1 point to consume, a good choice. I mean, on demon build, you're probably not consuming. You're probably running a bound demon and 2 demons as well. So, consume is probably wasted. Yeah, offline though, like, it's harder to get items. You end up using items you wouldn't use online things. Because again, online, if you're not SSF, easy to trade. People just give you things a lot of times, like basic things. Anybody will give you like a stealth or something, you know, who cares? You don't have to actually go like get it yourself. So there's a lot of that stuff that honestly, I may end up putting a few points in energy. So the mana cost is creeping up ever so slightly. It's actually a slightly high mana cost at like 8.5 points per right now. So energy may be what we end up with. Now, before you kill the Countess, you want to go down to players 1. This is just what you do for better rune drop chances. There's a whole logic reasoning behind it I won't go into. But just know that is how it is. More points into player count. I guess we'll reset. Player count 1 for Countess is more rune drops. Other than that, everything else you want players 8 for all the other stuff killing. She is the one exception. Life is not a lot. Okay, so here's where we can start looking at like bigger items and stuff, right? And again, we can go for big ol' slow boys if we want. 4 to max, 12 AR. This one has 2 sockets. I guess Am tier would be interesting. I mean, not as much. Malice would be much more interesting. No, I don't get the open wounds, I guess, but because steel just doesn't. It only has 20 ED, little min max. The IS and stuff doesn't matter. Yeah, I think I'll just grab this guy. Okay, so we need 34, and we can use that. And I'm actually going to put 10 points into energy, and then go back to vitality there. Thank you, Protello. And we'll get a little bit more energy. Or mana potions. So yeah, we're actually going to run some energy points. Just to help out. And I can use a shield still with this two-hander, remember. That is innate. You can use a two-hander with a shield. So we will keep our eyes out for that. Oh, and look, a Bardiche drops as soon as we grab this one. Let's see what it is. 2 sockets. Okay. Go ahead and put the old book on. 1 to Sigil Lethargy. Okay. So this sigil is actually really nice. Put it on the ground. Slows everything in it. Increases the damage.
Move.
Super powerful. There's a rare Bardiche. Yeah. Just better. That's what I was like waiting to find. 1 to mana per kill is actually also super nice. help pay for how expensive it is. And we do want to find a 2 open socket armor so we can make a stealth. It's like not yet. Bardiche. Yeah. As a kid, I used to say Bardiche, so I've brought it back. Throwback to my childhood. Remember, go players 1 before she dies. Perfect. Taleth round. So, let's say you got here and you're like, oh, wait.
Good day.
I don't have my 2 socket armor. Well, that's okay. You can go here and you can shop it. Just make sure it's gray and not blue. And we'll make stealth, 25 FRW, 25 FCR, which remember, helps us, and 25 hit recovery as well as 6 dex and a couple other nice things. So very nice right there to have. We're level 16 right now. If you want to continue going down into the tower, you can also do that. Or you can move forward. Kind of just up to you. I'll go into Vitality at this point. Thank you, Lord Bright.
Lord Bright gifted a tier 1 sub to Nonna Smarten.
Thank you, Bugasu, Carcass Grader, Fratello, Arcadius. I guess we can turn on our 1 point Hex Purge. Why not? See how it does. So, yeah, I would farm until I got Talon Eth because, again, FCR is super helpful for this build. Just going to mean we're able to cast these echoes much faster, which is just really helpful. Our Chaman low equivalent in value. I don't know actually right now. Best source build for current day? I mean, Nova Source is your strongest build. Blizz Source is best like Magic Find. Yeah, I imagine low's worth a tiny bit more, but Lightning Nova. Cannot wait to level up. If you want to grab the imbue, you can as well. You can always leave a TP and then just grab the waypoint and go back for it. Do I like this build more than Abyss? Abyss is going to be faster on the playthrough. But, you know, it just kind of depends what you want to do, what you're enjoying. Alright, sweet. Now we've hit the FCR boost and FRW. Keep going into Echoing Strike. It's pretty much just going to be our next 20 points. Our remaining 15. And we can grab the Malice. How do you recommend finding full MF games online? Wow. 2 to static, 2 to charge bolt. Nice. Finding full MF games online. I'd probably just make a game called like Players 8 MF or something. I don't know. I was going to make a channel in my Discord as well. That would be easier for that. Remind me to do that. Getting together with people will help out there. We can keep killing our main stuff here, but kind of running forward otherwise. Otherwise, I mean, up to you. Again, how much you want to kill, how much you want to hang out. Run forward, right? It's always kind of personal preference. Leveling on this build is helpful just for like added damage, but because the attack always hits right now, it's not as important. Again, in the future, if they nerf the skill some and like bring attack rating into it and make it a chance to hit, then in that case, leveling up will be more important. And we are a good level though. Like we are level 17 in the jail, level 3, that's good enough. So it's not like here I would be concerned about that. That's just a note for future. That like if I was level 12 here or something, yeah, that could actually end up being a little bit rough. Call Forest. Ran Ubers, had no problems except Mephisto's hatch messing everything up. Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is going to be like getting a demon on top of him and then just being able to tank the damage from his ads. So you may just need a little more survivability. We'll go ahead and upgrade to a big boy belt. Big boy belts are nice. They allow you 12 potions.
The shadows churn with the touch of anguish.
Echoing Strike cannot deal with physical immunes unless you have Curse or your Sigil Lethargy or something to break it. So you need to have some way to handle it that's not just the skill itself. Alright, and we're 18, so we actually unlock Blade Warp. That is the 1 point I guess we will put over there. As it's a minor teleport. If you want to use it, technically it'll be like slightly faster. for running all around, but that's kind of like getting into speedrun strats. It'd be kind of annoying to like really be using it everywhere. But it can be useful for getting away from things, for jumping over things. You know, it'll be nice in like Act 3 to jump the river and stuff. Know that it can't go over walls and stuff though, so you're not going to have it like just breeze you through the game, right? Keep going vitality. I really hope I find a cool weapon on this run. Just like a steel driver or, you know, whatever. I mean, wind hammer later on. I don't know. Probably too high level requirements for that one, but bone snap. Something like that would be awesome. Now remember, because you are FCR based, cold enchanted does not matter. It matters in the way of your like movement and stuff, but oh my god, stop. It doesn't actually matter for your attack speed, which is nice. We'll go down to players 1 before we go into level 4, so we can fight Andariel on players 1. If you accidentally go down there and it's too hard to kill her because you forgot to change it and whatever, you can either just go get the waypoint and reset and go back do it again, or you can try and kill her on players 8. And just like that, Act 1 is done. Congratulations. You crushed it. Nice and easy. Decent pace, yeah. I mean, it moves really well. I've got some points in energy. If you ever want to fill up your tomes, you can just literally sell them to any vendor that doesn't have scrolls. And here we can look at different things. I'll take a 2-socket helm just for the future. And let's grab some potions. Perfect. I'll also go ahead and grab an Act 2 mercenary just for a little added damage, and we can buy him a Bardiche as well. So Blessed Aim is helpful to him, not really to us, because we don't care about that. So honestly, I'm going to go with Prayer. And we'll give him this for Prayer. We'll go back to players 8. And we'll head out into Act 2. With the main goal probably being ending somewhere in our like 20s, I would say. Like low 20s, you know. If I can finish Act 2 at like 21, 22, I'd be pretty happy with that. They're so tanky. Now, if you want to heal up your mercenary, you can do Shift 1, 2, 3, 4. It will give him a potion from your belt. You could also just drag and drop a potion over his portrait. Just a nice way to do a little bit more. Otherwise, we're just going to keep dumping into Echoing Strike. When we get to level 30, I'll probably respec. Or somewhere around there. Maybe a little after. The main idea being I'll want to get into mirrored blades eventually to start getting more echoes on my weapon. So, you know, with that, we'll want to, like, be able to get into all the points prior. I could have just not put points into Levitation Mastery early and saved them all up. But, you know, we get 3 respecs. Why not? Why not use one of them and have an earlier strong start, and then we can also be strong later. Oh, the demon pulling Mephisto. Yeah. That is one of the big issues with the Uber portals right now. When you go into the Uber portal, your Bind Demon just pulls Mephisto straight in. And so during your load, he'll just suddenly appear on top of you. How long have I been playing this game? Did I play before the expansion? Yeah, I've played this game all the way back. Also pulls Bale with his teleport, yeah. Yeah, the Bound Demon kinda sucks for that. I mean, like I said before, every now and then I'll go play, like, Classic. And it's really such a cool experience. There's good and there's bad with it. Right? The good part of Classic is, God, it's so cool. All the, like, items that you find and how meaningful they are and all of that. The downside of Classic is, it feels like you kind of finish your character much faster. You don't really have a good, like, a ton of good chase. Especially if there's, like, certain uniques. Like, oh, I'm just going to get Bone Snap, or I'm just going to get whatever. I mean, Bone Snap's not exactly the one you go for, but, you know. They're, like, not too hard to get. And then after, you know, 100 Mephisto runs or whatever, you're like, well, I guess I have my full character built now. I'm good.
It is an honor to serve you.
11 to 18. Not bad, but still fine. Cold res 10, 1 to min, that's not enough. 2 decks, that's not enough. We can run like this, and we'll hold on to this for now. 10 FCR with Magic Find? Yes, please. Remember, FCR does help this character. Let's look for Magic Find on some gloves. This is actually one of my favorite things to do. Is just like go glove and boot and belt shopping here. And just pick up some stuff with like Magic Find on it. Really helpful for later on. And then we'll just head back down here. And, oh, come on, girl. Uh-oh. The kids are being kids. Huh? No. Why, Mom? I'll get you another pan. Send me a link to it. What?
It's fine. It was a hard day. They're like so moody. They're so tired. So I brought Goofy's nap mat in and I made her lay on it. And so she's laying on it crying. And I feel awful But she needs to go to sleep because she's so moody.
Yeah. Yeah, she was moody all day.
There's no title how hard that part of parenting is. Doing what you need to do and not feeling bad. But being what you need to do.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense. Why does it feel bad?
Sorry, babe. Is there such a thing as too much in math? No. There used to be. This is actually a pretty good build for Maggot Lair as well, so I'm continuing on Players 8 here. Oh, wow. That just full dead ends. Another point to Echoing Strike. And we'll continue with Vitality. I actually feel like our energy is in a pretty decent spot now. Ariox a better starter. So here's the thing. Ariox is the higher DPS. Insight has 35 FCR though. So it means if you have Enigma, you're teleporting around a lot faster. If you're casting, your echoing strikes, you're able to launch them off faster. So it just kind of depends what you want. But if you're just going like raw damage, Ariox is the best. But again, the fortitude is like nice because you get 25 FCR. So you get massive damage and 25 FCR, which allows you to hit that 125 breakpoint. Whereas if you're running Ariox, you're probably not hitting that breakpoint. So for me, I want to get that 125 breakpoint. It feels better. I'm telling faster between groups, etc. Best place to farm high runes? Nothing beats cows for me personally. Arcane's also good. Chaos is good. Travancore's good, right? There's plenty of good spots. I've yet to find anything beat the Chaos for me. Thank you, Bode. Sure. Charms you can always kind of keep as much or as little as you want. Also from a craft.
Good evening.
Would FCR charms shake up the econ? That'd be too much. I don't like it. How do you get World Stone shards? Just kill a lot of uniques and champions. Another point for Echoing Strike. Also, players 8 games do help. And more vitality. Displays the tier ratings. What do you mean by the tier ratings? Oh yeah, you can put it up. I'm just curious. Oh, from the list that I made. Yeah, sure. No, it probably needs a slight adjustment now because like Ariok's Needles now up in the S tier. Yo! Titanic King with 5 gifted subs. Gee. Let's go, buddy. Extremely thoughtful. Go ahead and grab a armor for a mercenary. Why not? Give him something. Why not? What should you ask for your renewed crack thunder? Depends the rolls. Don't ID uniques off of racks in single player. Yeah, I think it's still broken. Yeah, 2010? Jesus. All yesterday? It'll reset your grail if you do. Just offline. Needs to be patched. I don't know why they haven't pushed that patch yet. Probably because consoles, they're waiting to push it all together or something. I guess. Identifying a grail item off a rack offline will reset your grail right now. It's a bug. Online is patched. Offline is not yet. Armor or weapon rack, yes. So if you got a Shaco off a rack, and you don't have it yet in your grail, either throw it away, save it for later, unidentified, or sacrifice your grail to wear it. More Echoing Strike. I mean, weapon and armor rack. Like, have you ever seen a rack before? If you've played, you've seen one. Down, like, in the jail. Not the jail. In the barracks. In the tower. In the
I've seen
lower
quite a
cross.
few racks in my days.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I didn't realize how great they were until later on in my life. But I don't know if it includes Warlock books from shelves.
Allow me to advise you.
Thank you very much. Apple Chips for 88 months. Yeah. It's a little wonky sometimes in there to kill stuff. I need a few more points in energy coming up. It's getting expensive again. Now this is also where the teleport is really nice. So, easier way to get through the Arcane Sanctuary if desired. You can honestly just teleport the whole way if you want, or you can just do like minor teleporting. Kind of up to you. Again, depends how much you want to like kill stuff. But that's kind of always the name of the game when you're playing is like, how much do I want to level? How much do I want to kill stuff?
It is an honor to serve.
Sure, Snow.
Hello.
It's not a great teleport. It's like a leap attack, you know? But, like, it's alright. It's got spots that are nice. Here for the mukbang. Yeah, honestly, the best thing about the teleport is that your mercenary comes with you. And so it's a way to keep your mercenary alive when he like gets into bad spots. Because mercenaries like to do that. It's honestly my favorite like piece of having it. Sure, we'll go ahead and grab the boots.
I can't.
Because Emilio gets into shenanigans, exactly. Sure. That is better than what we have. Ooh, 11 life, 28 cold res. That is a really nice AMA. Losing 10 FCR, though, I don't love. This does get us to another breakpoint right now, so I will keep this as a potential AMA for the future. As right now, I just don't need it. And we'll grab a couple thawing potions for when we go fight Duriel. Okay, looks like Moon is our place to go. Just priority is on you there. Wow, this is so fun to watch the same thing over and over again, just long as play any other game. Said the first time chatter. He doesn't need to be banned. And if he starts just being more annoying, sure, but it's not bannable. I play Diablo 2. LOM RPG is in the works. That'll be the game that takes over Diablo 2 and everything in the future. From what I've heard, the hype from that one is insane. Vadius with 20 gifted subs. Holy cow! Out of left field. Load up the lies, high society's terrified mass genocide. My master rhymes identify the stale while they listen as I amplify, specify it's time to die. My goodness, Vat. I did, Lord. My goodness. Okay, now, checklist before we go down to fight Duriel. Number 1, we go down to players 1. I'm going to put more points in energy, by the way. We're up to 35 now. Number 2, give 2 thawing potions to Mercenary, give 2 to myself. At least, whatever. At least 1. I want the additional 50 cold res for 1 minute, 30 seconds per potion. Get my potions stored in, and then we go in, we fight. We give healing potions to our mercenary. He'll stay alive. And easy money. Knock him down. Ooh, ethereal. Like that. Bing, bang, boom, just like that. Duriel gets owned. Is the sub counter broken? It keeps jumping back.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's having some troubles.
Destruction will not elude me forever.
It'll climb back up. You just gotta give it like a minute. Wow, that's a really nice helm. 29 fire res, 7 life. Bonus, AR, whatever. That'd be great for us or our mercenary. The sigil lethargy I could also have kept and used, but I don't super care about it. We'll put it on our offhand. We'll give our mercenary that for right now. We'll pick up some stamina potions right here. And we will move forward. Level 23. Very nice.
Good day.
And let's take a look at this poleaxe. Ooh. Oh my god, it's so juicy. 30 to 64 damage right there. Wow. That ethereal's super nice. Cool. We will give that temporarily to our mercenary, and we will boost our strength up so we can use that. The cannot be frozen piece is I don't care about. The cold res is what I cared about for the thawing potion. Yeah, that weapon's super nice. I mean, again, it's everything we were talking about early on. What do we want? We want a big weapon that's ethereal with lots of damage. It can be slow. It can be whatever. Doesn't matter. Oh, yeah. We can go back up to players 8, by the way. So, we're going to need to pick up a couple levels first. That helm is also really helpful because, again, fire res is super nice for, like, Act 3 and 4. So... this is the big stick build, man. You know, you spend most of your time running around with a tiny little stick because it doesn't matter, and all the big sticks are just too slow. But for once in your life, you get to grab the big ol' bonkers. It's not Sag. It's nice. You get a big bonker. You got a Bone Snap in normal? Yeah, Bone Snap would carry you all the way to hell. All the way nice and easy. Right? Don't do it, don't do it. No, I got the long map. Yeah, but now the other big sticks get some room to shine. That is one of my favorite things about the Warlock. We actually get to see use cases now for Mang Song's Lesson. There's now a use case for Ariok's Needle, you know, like... it's really cool. Items you never cared about before in your life. Fortitude weapon. Never made that before. So a lot of two-hander weapons actually got opened up, which is really, I mean, great. I really love that part. So there are some things to be tuned and some stuff here, but I think that is one of the coolest parts. Okay, more Echoing Strike and more Strength, because again, we are now going to be running this, playing for that strength there. Getting that weapon, next level. There we go, the sub counter finally updated again. But yeah, so do I play other games? Not a ton. It's something I have debated. We did the Game-a-thon, which was a lot of fun. I played through some, like, a lot of Celeste afterwards. we try to blast with. Like I did do some variety prior to Reign of the Warlock because I knew Reign of the Warlock was coming out. And I knew I'd be grinding a ton of Diablo 2. So I was like, well, let's make it a little like chill, you know, give ourselves a little bit of time to relax prior. FCR is nice, but no damage. I do like this, you know, just like more. Also, a little bit of fire res right there. Half freeze duration, sure. 10% MF, not enough. Jewels, not enough. 7 MF. 1 to life. I mean, I could put that over 1 max, honestly. I'll take the magic find. Neither one's that good. We'll keep that. Sure, why not? A little bit of poison res. I don't super care. Ah. Oh no. I hit level 24. Well, that's okay. It's a good time to do anyways with this. So, prior to level 24, it would behoove you to go and get a teleport charges staff. What do I mean by that? Well, let me grab this waypoint and I will show you. So yes, you have your teleport from your little, you know, shot right there. And it's okay. But a teleport staff gives you charges of teleport the skill, which lets you teleport over walls and all sorts of things that are really quite helpful. So what do you want to do? You want to look for a staff that has level level to or plus to teleport charges, just like this is level 3 charge bolt. There you'd be getting level 1 teleport charges. And so you want to look for that on it. Now, what can you do to help this? Well, if you are not quite level 24, only the staves that are required level 24 plus are the ones that could have teleport. So for instance, this one is required level 24. So this would be one that would be red and you would look at, and you wouldn't have to look at any of the other staffs that are here, right? You're just purely looking at that right there.
Good day.
And then you can just reset, rinse, repeat, come on back, do the same thing. If you're already level 24, you're going to have to look through all of them because they're all going to be blue then, right? So this is why it's good to do this prior to 24. I should have done it right when I got into Act 3, but I was not thinking. So this may take, 30 seconds. This may take 5, 6, 7 minutes, right? It's kind of one of those things that you'll just have to rinse and repeat. I definitely would say it's worth it. Being able to teleport over walls is super valuable. And again, you don't get that with your current stuff. But you do need gold. At minimum, it's going to cost about 16,000 gold to get it if it's just like a plain straight up staff. However, it could cost 500,000 gold or something. Ukrainian teddy bear with 10 gifted subs. Good lord.
Who is this big llama starting all this drama? It's me, bitch.
Right? It could cost tons. Thank you so much.
Good day.
So it's one that like you may just you want to have the extra gold, so in the event that you come across it, you're able to buy it. Now, let's say you find it, but it costs 125,000 gold, and you only have the 90,000 gold, right? What would you do? Well, something you can do is you can literally go and get cheap wands, daggers, scepters. There we go. There's a scepter that's cheap, and or staves. You can also just reroll those. You can grab 1, 2, 3. 3 random gems and one of the weapons that can roll plus to skills. And now I've taken something that cost me 1,400 gold, and I can immediately turn around and sell it for 15,000 gold. This one actually rolled so well, if I want, I can just keep this till much later and sell it for 30,000 gold or 35,000 gold in hell, right? So you can just grab some really cheap, again, wand, scepter, staves, even daggers now, and grab these weapons, use 3 random chip gems, re-roll them, and now you have so much money that you can go and buy these things. But we went and we got ours for 50k. So let's keep going forward. Needs to be plus teleport charges, not +2 teleport. Yes, this is an important distinction. Good Lord, Titanic. And again, thank you to Ukrainian Teddy Bear for the 10 gifted, Vadius for the 20 gifted, Titanican for the 5 gifted. Massive. So many fun tips and tricks. I thought it might be like that. Okay. So we don't have a skip. So we have to go through the Great Marsh. Sure. Let's see what the Codex has for us. 2 to Ring of Fire, 3 to Summon Tainted. Lethargy doesn't work with abyss damage, no. Have I found every unique? Nope. We're at 94% uniques. But still got Tyrael's Might, so. We'll continue to pick up some experience from the big boys there. I don't believe your bug is cursing you. That would be very weird. Or your minion. Echoing Strike does apply hexes. Oh yeah, it gets inked. It's a good time. Hey-ya. Three, right? Wait, what? Hold on, now I'm confused. Let's kill this guy and then we'll take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Oh my god, is it gonna go straight through right here? That's super annoying. Even I fall victim to the jungle. I hate when it runs straight through right next to the Great Marsh that whole time. And there's no connector pieces. I mean, weapon damage is a large piece of this build for sure. Having just a big ol' honker weapon is a lot of it. Really helps a lot. Now, you can still use, you know, like if you have enough other stuff and whatever, and this, it's kind of, again, slightly like bugged where it's pretty decent. 2 to min damage. Yeah, I guess with all the replenish and everything, I'll put this one over that actually, over the +3. But on a playthrough, especially where you don't have all the like plus skills and everything and stuff, it's definitely helpful to have like a big weapon. Okay. Now, Flare Jungle is a great place for leveling up on high and low player accounts. So this isn't like a super good Flare Jungle. It's not as filled as I was hoping it would be. But it's still okay. 2 to Sigil Rancor, 1 to Blood Oath. With the 2 sockets, it's pretty nice. Could be useful on something else, but not really going to be that useful here. Yeah, Echoing Strike does apply hexes. And another point to Echoing Strike. And we'll go ahead and buff it up. Alright, you know what time it is, chat. Big weapon time. Oh yeah. Time for that poleaxe. Now this is also a case where we could take a look in like Nightmare or in normal, whatever, and look at some like big damage slow weapons and then use our imbues on them to try and hit something really nice, right? So not gonna get the ethereal, but it's okay. And hey, our little bit of magic find paid off. We got Treads of Sithon, which gives us 30% faster run walk and 10 to life. A couple other things, but really getting that extra FRW, super nice. Love seeing some boots early on. Yeah, a white partisan imbued could be really good, you know. A pike could also be really solid.
Not enough mana.
13 to energy, 4 to mana. I mean, I do like all the energy, but again, I don't really want to drop what I have right now with the FCR. I just want more FCR still, so that is, I mean, that's really nice though. It would be a big boost for helping cast some things. Basically 3 levels. Okay, so we got the waypoint. We can come back and go to the dungeon now. Naked Warlock. Hey, we're still 42 subs away. Close, but not naked yet. Seems like a good day, RTZ. And we can use that fun little teleport to get us there quicker. I'm actually really looking forward to when we can pick up Mirrored Blades. I do like resistance charms, but 4% on a large charm is just like super weak. It's not enough.
Lord of destruction, Lord of corruption.
Jesus.
And I instigate a flow so great, eviscerate the syndicate. I decimate, eradicate my foes and turn tonic state. They suffocate, choke on my name. Lord of seduction, Lord of disruption, Lord of the lies, Belial hides inside. He's terrified, mass genocide. My master rhymes identify the stale while they listen as I amplify, specify it's time to die.
That was supposed to be like everybody remembers their Twitch primes collectively and works through it, not... Wow. 42 gifted subs from Vadius. Well. Just kidding. GG. The naked Warlock is unlocked. Mwah. Please give massive love. Too bad. That's crazy. Naked, I guess tomorrow evening we'll run naked. We'll do a Diablo After Dark Naked Warlock stream. See a lot of big stick. No sticks. No sticks allowed. Did I answer your silly question? Where is it? I don't see it. Oh, examples of games with longer gaps going for new content. I mean, this is pretty up there. I don't know another one. The rules for Naked Warlock. He must beat hell. He cannot wear any gear whatsoever. He's naked.
At Mikey Street 314 became a member.
If I get a mercenary, the mercenary is also naked. We got a Naked Warlock before GTA 6. Exactly. Thank you so much, Mikey. Welcome on in. What am I streaming this on? Can I still stream it on my regular channels? Yeah, I don't see why not. One of the combat skills. Dang. That'd have been nice.
Moo.
Sub gold +1. Happy
Thanks,
4
Conduit.
years.
Happy 4 years. Oh boy. Well, that's not great. Okay, so we got an inside map, it seems. Unless there's some weird wraparound back up over here. See if this wants to go deep and then cut up. Nope. Probably an inside map then. There it is. There it is. Echoing Fury? What is Echoing Fury?
Good evening.
Sure, let's go turn this in. Echoing Strike. Yeah, that's what I'm doing that right now. This is the Echoing Strike playthrough.
Moo.
You see Echoing Strike endgame builds with Purge maxed out. You can max that out as well. I'm liking Siphon for survivability. I feel like I have enough damage. I don't care about Purge as much. But you could also drop the points from Levitation Mastery in the endgame and just run max Hex Purge. And it's like decent enough, you know. And up to you. Try and feed your mercenary to keep him alive if possible here. It can be a little tough. Nah. Almost. Almost.
I can't. Good morning. Hello.
Yeah, Siphon goes a long way to keeping a mercenary alive and stuff because it has minus enemy damage on it. On top of the life and mana you get, so it's solid. That is player's 8 Trav, yes. We are 26, almost 27. Doing a lot of like killing on this character.
The naked Warlock playthrough sub goal has been reached.
Yes.
Shall we run the automatic increase by the parameterized percentage as usual to increase chat engagement and delay it a bit more? Mrama laughing GG.
ACLs. Now, before I go to Mephisto, I will drop down to
Mrama
players
pet,
one.
Mrama pet, Mrama pet, Mrama pet.
Don't really want to fight Mephisto players 8. We'll let our mercenary get in the way there. We'll give him some health potions.
Happy llama, sad llama, mentally disturbed.
Ooh, a maul.
Drama llama, big fat llama, 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 llama. Who is this big llama? Starting all this drama.
ACL
It's me, bitch.
with the 5. I have nothing added to Dex. For this build, you don't need it because it always will just hit.
Hail to you, champion.
Let's check them all out. Only 30 to 43, so no ED on it. Not good enough.
Moo.
But one thing you could do is you could go gamble mauls and try and hit like a really big maul. So that could totally be an option, right? You could gamble, honestly, any of the big items. Gamble a pike as well. That could be not a bad idea. You can also just go buy a pike right over here. 14 to 64. We'll give that to our mercenary at the very least. You know, like right now, obviously, we have a really sweet poleaxe, so that helps a lot. But like 30 to 50 right there on that one, 33 to 48. So you can check around for those things, and then again with gambling, we could like gamble some pikes and try and hit something really big. 21 to 77. That is going to be bigger than 30 to 64. However, the requirements on this, strength 51, 38 dex, are a bit much. But I'll give that to my mercenary at least. And then, you know, we can go gamble pole axes if we want or something. Like, literally do whatever you want here. Have some fun. Check out a halberd. Where then poleaxe is at? No clue. We saw one like a while ago and that was it. Oh, there was one. Whatever. Whatever. I'm happy with what I have because I have a nice Eth one. But if you don't have a cool Eth one, this would be a great place to buff your weapon up and get a nice boost. And maybe you need to put a few more requirements in on something. A little bit more dex or strength. And that's totally fine. Otherwise, let's keep going. Now, in Nightmare, we are going to want to shift into Insight. Echoing Strike does not use durability. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But just know, like, Insight is going to be your best in slot. You will not be able to really beat it. No bug with loot filter not hiding potions. You just probably don't have it set quite right. I don't have any loot filters running right now. I don't love leveling loot filters as much. You have to like constantly be updating them, which is annoying. Not setting players back to 8. I'm just going to go players 1 because we're going to get to Isual here, and the last thing I really want to do is fight a players 8 Isual. After that, if we want, we can. But also, we can just not. Like, we're already level 27. That's pretty good. That we can just kind of ignore it. And just rush forward, because there's more leveling that we'll do later on. Now, that being said, you know, you don't have to. You can do what you want, right? If you want to keep power leveling here and be on players 8, you can be on players 8, right? We'll set to players 8 for a second and see how it feels. But a lot of times Act 4 is just like a little difficult, honestly. It's kind of like a tougher area, and you're spending, they're like high HP mobs, and it's just not quite worth the time. So even if like we can kill them, the amount of experience that we get from killing them is just like not worth the amount of time that it takes to kill them, you know. But again, this is all like individual choice. You can see obviously if I'm going through and killing everything and like on players 8, I will gain, you know, a few levels here. But I'm happy to be on players 1, especially because I want to go do the forge, see if we can snag. I guess we can't get a soul rune here, but hey, maybe we'll get an am rune or something nice. And Talrun. Whatever. This is solo players. Yes. Something that's also really nice about teleport charges is they take no mana. So you don't have to worry about like getting burned out on mana and not being able to cast it. Just always use your tele charges until they burn out. Okay, let's go get our plus to skills. We'll put the one back in Echoing Strike we missed from before, and we'll put the next one in Blade Warp just for more damage to Echoing Strike.
What do you need?
Up there, 8 hit recovery again, 4 light res. So many like meh. And we'll move these gems over here.
Good to see you.
Go to the River Flame and keep going. I mean, this has been a pretty fun leveling build. No, gem shrines are still in the game. Okay, let's just get ourselves into here. And we can start killing. So this is technically where we can start looking for bases if we want. That we could use for insight. But honestly, I'll probably go back and do cows for this, just to like 100% easy get it. Or we could just go to Nightmare first and then get it afterwards. Whatever, we can kind of decide. Yeah, sure, I'll take the 25 light res. Why not? Why not? Isn't this the 5th Echo Strike video? I've done a lot of endgame ones. This is the playthrough. Ooh, another rare maul. Ethereal? No. 37 to 65 damage though. So technically a little bit more. I would have to boost some strength. But what is nice is this does have lifesteal on it, which I do like a lot. So maybe I'll boost my strength up a couple times and we'll put it on for just a short while until we get the insight. So Life Leech does work with Echoing Strike. And it does have solid enough damage that the Life Leech is actually like valuable. You'll actually feel the leech and stuff, so. So if you can get like rings, ammies, whatever stuff with Life Leech, Mana Leech, that can be super nice. Hit causes monster to flee does not work with Echoing Strike. Make sure we're on players 1 for Diablo. Our mercenary is just gonna die. Not much to do about that one. You can see why I like having the 1 cold charm though. Even though it's just like 1 to 3 cold damage, you're like, why are you keeping that? Well, I just like having that so I can just always freeze mobs, bosses, whatever, super easily. Kind of trash drops. Cold res I don't care about. Pick up some potions. Yeah, I will be self-wielding the insight. And just like that, Act 4 is complete. Nice and easy. Now, if you do not have level 25 at this point, go back to Act 3. Go farm the Flare Jungle. Go farm Battle Maid's Arena in the temples. Whatever it is. Right? You just need to go and do your farming and get to level 25. Otherwise, you just won't gain experience here. Just a well-known fact. If you do have level 25, you're good to go. Now you can start gaining experience. You can go players 8 in these areas. Bang. Pop my mercenary. And this is, in fact, a fantastic place to actually pick up experience. Now, let's do a quick talk on sockets. Sockets in the game by number. An item has an eye level. This is hidden. This is not the required level on the item. This is the item level is equal to the monster level that dropped the item. So you have to know what the monster level is. Now, if you're up in like hell, nightmare, then it's equal to the area level. If you're in normal, the monsters have their own separate levels from the area levels. So it's a little bit annoying. But this is the whole idea where you can go to Larzik with an item and know how many sockets it's going to get if you know what the eye level is. So if we want to start looking at items, let me look at Diablo 2 pole arms. Let's take a look at some pole arms. Let's go to exceptional and take a look at some of the exceptional pole arms, like a partisan. Right? Partisan has really nice damage on it. It is much slower, but again, we don't care about that whatsoever. So we love the partisan. Partisan would be super ideal. Bill is nice in that Bill always gets 4 sockets max. That's just the maximum number of sockets. But a partisan can get 5 sockets max, which is not good for insight. So how do we make sure it gets 4? Well, if the eye level of the partisan is 26 to 40, then it will get 4. So we need to go find a partisan that can do all that. Again, the easiest thing you can do is just get a bill, because a bill gets 4 even if it's too high. So any bill you get in Nightmare and on is going to be 4 sockets. This just makes it much easier. But if you want to get into the nitty gritty of all the little pieces, like I said, where you're looking at these other items, you know, back to Corbin or whatever, then you can look at this. And this is also where like a pole axe is not bad, but can get 5 sockets, so you have to do the same thing. So one of the best things is the cow level, because the normal cow level is going to be within that range where these will all get 4 sockets when taken to Larzik. So that's my favorite place to go and look around. And so that's where I'm going to recommend. But additionally, most of Act 5, any of like these mobs are going to drop. If they drop a partisan, it's going to be able to get 4 sockets, a white partisan.
If the devs were to finish Act 4, what's your thoughts on how they would do it?
There's a few exceptions, but mostly there. I mean, I imagine there's plans from before that they have, right? That would be my guess, that they like would actually already have some like maybe rough blueprints of how it was going to be finished. That'd be cool. But I don't know. Mirror the Warlock naked next stream? Yes. We'll continue with Echoing Strike, level 28. And let's go save more Barbies. What rune did you get? Now, for leveling, this is also really solid, just to keep leveling right there at Eldritch. I'll go ahead and put the strength in, why not? I did not, I still have to watch that laundry. You got Zod? No way. That's super sick. We'll go ahead and save the barbs, pick up those runes. Remember, we want Ral tier, Tau Soul. We'll go forward here, but yeah, I mean, you can farm Eldritch just right off that waypoint. Save, quit, keep farming, save, quit, keep farming. Easily up into your mid 30s or like, you know, high 39, 40, whatever if you want. Like you can do a lot of farm there. Yeah, they can be tough, Star Fox. Go down to the crystalline. Congrats 99, thank you. I'm actually going to go down to players 1 right now. Grab the waypoint. Oh, I did not. Okay. So this is what I mean for the leveling. And doing this before Ancients can be nice because Ancients is going to get you the 1 level. So then you can do this for just like extra experience prior. So then that level is worth more, right? But you can also find a lot of gold, a lot of bases, a lot of whatever stuff. And it's just pretty easy experience, to be honest. Just like rinsing and repeating, doing this over and over. So do this, like I say, as much or as little as you want. And like that broadsword would get 4 sockets and we could make a spirit sword with it if we wanted. But this build doesn't care so much about that. Go players 1, and we'll go back and we'll do save Anya to get the all resist. If I get a Foul or Co in Nightmare Forge, will I hunt down the other one in Nightmare Cows? Potentially. I mean, Obedience could be really sick, but Insight is also super good. I was gifted Enigma by my friends a couple days ago, and what quality of life change it is. Look at this guy. Just everything always gifted to him, right? Typical. Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, Insight's also just super solid with the plus like the mana help. So yeah, what are you, a streamer? Just gifted Enigma?
Good afternoon.
Okay. Save our girl. Ooh, honors Vihender, nice.
How may I be of help?
A few more mana potions. Let's go. Level up, Echoing Strike. Go ahead and grab Strength. You know, Spirit on a playthrough could actually still be okay for this build, because plus skills are still nice, and FCR is still good. Plus you get all the plus mana on it, which is really nice. But it's too hard to pass up Insight. That's just so hard to pass up, honestly. When's the next Diablo clone? I don't think we have any word on it right now. What about Insight Spirit? I'm saying Spirit Sword. Spirit Shield would be great, but we have to find a White Monarch and get 156 strength, which is kind of hard. But hey, maybe if we get to Hell and we find it, we'll run it. Go ahead and start running our rejuves. Getting kind of to the point I think we can start using them. And make sure we're on players 1, and the Ancient should be a breeze, honestly, for this character. Feed our mercenary potions, keep them alive. Nice and easy. Level 30, we would be able to start getting the Mirrored Blades, but the first points in Mirrored Blades actually don't really help because they don't increase the echoes for us. So we need to wait till we're like 34 for it to actually be a point where I care. So I'll probably do, let's go ahead and boost up, and let's do this. Get a bunch of potions. Put this on.
I can't use that.
Oh, oops.
I'll put that to good use.
And, well, this is actually better still.
I'll put that to good use.
We'll put on the big old maul. It should stack. Well, actually, they're different levels, though. I need to do some math on it. See if it's better or not. I mean, I think it stacks, though, right? Oh, yeah. Big maul time. It's just so fun having a big stick. Like I say, 25 years. I never got to have that. I just have a big old bonking stick. Yeah. Hajj and Dragon are different levels, they stack, so I would assume it does stack. Now you're not getting any synergy bonuses. Like you're not maxing resist fire to also increase, you know, that, and that's probably a really big let off, so. For Worldstone Keep, getting the waypoint can be nice. Just as a way to ensure your safety in the event you die in some weird way, the game crashes, you know, whatever. Or we just want to do some bail runs again in the future. Because honestly, this character will probably be solid on bail runs. I'll probably run them on players 8 if I'm going to be honest.
Not enough mana. Not enough mana.
If you and your mercenary both have meditation aura, that is not stacking. You're just getting the level. Those are like competing ones, and it'll just pick the higher level, which you both, you know, whichever one is higher from your insights. How'd you help them dev this expansion? Not another Grant Telly item. I mean, personally, I don't know if I want another Grant Telly item. I'd want a blink or something different that's like halfway. But also just, you know, I gave my input, but they ultimately were the devs. I had a lot of item suggestions that, you know, weren't really the focus, I would say. They were more focused on new class and all that stuff. You got a town portal ring, though. Yeah, what more do you want? All right, we'll go players 8. Now, wave 2. The skeletons from wave 2 do not drop high-level items. Just as a heads up. So if wave 2 drops anything, you're like, ooh, that's great. Don't do it. Yeah. Council members just murder mercenaries, unfortunately. Buff melee. I don't know. I mean, I think it's something that, you know, they're looking at. They put it into their questionnaire. Let's get some more potions. We do still run out of energy a little fast.
Moo.
At Mr. Llamas, why do you do these guides offline with players 8 where most people play online and can't do that? It makes it harder to follow.
Lots of people play offline, actually. I've asked before if people prefer them online or offline, and I've overwhelmingly everybody says do it offline. As for following along, really the biggest thing is just leveling up a little more. I'm going to go down to players 3 for the final wave. Players 8 on last wave is just a little rough and normal. So, yeah. If you're playing online, players 1, whatever, again, just level more. Go through the flare jungle another time. Do a few more bail waves. Kill Eldritch a little more. Like, etc. It's literally just that. Just like doing everything, but doing it a bit more often. Hey, we actually maxed out Echoing Strike. Okay, so now we'll just start maxing out Blade Warp. We'll make sure we're on players 1 before we go down to Bale's Worldstone Chamber. And wow, we got some good damage. Just like that. Bingo, bango. You have beaten normal.
Hello.
3 to consume. Ooh. That could be nice, actually, as a alt. Why does that weapon swap break? Yeah, I always forget. I can't weapon swap again.
Good day.
It's been happening more lately. All right.
What are your needs?
Let's see what we got here. Nothing really.
I can't.
Just had to use a hex to get it off. Yeah, I guess this is a little bit nicer than that. Sure, why not? Get a little more all res. So, I mean, at this point, if we want to get an Ancient's Pledge, right? Ralort Tal, we can just go look for a 3-socket kite shield. We did not imbue. Imbuing, again, a white maul or a nice, white poleaxe or whatever could be good. I don't want to use my socket quest because I want to save that in case I want to get insight. So I just want to come over here and just go shopping until I get 3 sockets. And then we just go Ralort Tal, make Ancient's Pledge, and we get 48 all res basically, right? Just pretty nice overall there to bring our res up really nicely before we head into Nightmare. We'll do a brief overview of our character and then we'll head towards Nightmare. So enough strength to wear our big old maul right here. Dex for any gear that you have. Rest vitality for the most part, but I do have some points in energy. Maybe like 20 points in energy here. Just because it is a little expensive. 16.5 mana per cast is a decent amount. So I do want to make sure that I have some mana. Getting some rings with like 50, 60 mana would be nice. Getting a belt or something would be nice. I could put a sapphire in this helm. You definitely want something for all of that. Gear-wise, we just have our maul on right now. We found this helm, which is really nice. You could also just put like Ral in a helm or Ralort or whatever. You could put a tier rune for more mana per kill, whatever you want. We just made Ancient's Pledge, 10 FCR, 14 MF, stealth, magic find on some random gloves that we got. Little fire res max damage. Don't really have great rings, to be honest. Nothing in the belt. 2 min. Again, not really much there. And we did get some treads right here, which are solid. And then skill-wise, this was just kind of as we played through. So, we put points in there basically until we got into the Echoing Strike. And then Blade Warp, we will be respecking out of this once we get our Insight. And shifting into pure Echoing Strike, really being our main stuff. You could, of course, go more points over towards like Hex Purge with it and be more on that if you wanted. There's some ideas, but this worked totally fine. Really solid. So, yeah, that's part normal. Don't forget to like and subscribe, YouTube. I'll see you guys in part Nightmare. Peace.